Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you're well. Hope you can see me. Hope you can hear me. All those good things. Welcome to the Friday night live stream, the Aquarium Adventures prattling on of nonsense hour or two. As ever, fully prepared for this evening's festivities by doing no preparation. So, what shall we talk about this evening? Oh, it's exciting. First of all, let's say hello to everyone because that makes it nice and genial-like. Who have we got so far? If you're here for the first time or as a regular, say hello. We've got Rocky, he's in. Danny Boy, how are you doing, sir? Happy Friday. Slightly smiling face. Okay, so first thing we've noticed is my update to my Twidget thing hasn't worked. I was hoping it would now include emojis, but no, still just typing them out. No matter. We've got Kaylee, Zen, Simon, good evening. Novoi Perkele, is that right? Novoi Perkele? Who knows? Good evening, anyway, or good day, wherever you are. I don't know what you're saying to everyone, but hello. GB's here, Sharpie's in, evening fishy friend Sharpie. I saw something on, where did I see it? On Discord. You were mentioning in the live stream video ideas, Dropco's new bacteria product, Nitrico. I cannot find anything about it. So if you want to drop a link into the chat, if you can find something that points me at it, we'll do a live review. But I'm happy to buy some and test it out. I do quite like all these fancy bacteria in a bottle type things. So I don't mind testing it. Anyway, carry on. NJW, hi from Doncaster. Hi from Sheffield. Mickey, Novo, still not quite sure what's going on. Anthony Marsh, Gailey, can hear me loud and clear. Good, that's what we want. David, Patrick Hardy, hello everyone, 4:03 p.m. in Houston, Texas. Definitely got a winner for who's furthest away at the moment. I'm getting amber lights on my network connectivity. Hopefully, the internet's been up and down like a bride's nighty today, so hopefully it makes it. Sorry, that was the one I was saying. 4:03 Friday, Houston, Texas. So you're winning the furthest away viewer at the moment, I think. Unless anyone can beat Houston, Texas. What's the distance from Sheffield to Houston? It is... maybe if I could spell distance correctly. 4,797 miles. That's a long way. Welcome. So you must be getting near knocking off time, 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon for you. It's just after 9 p.m. in the UK where I am. Looks and sounds like a middle-aged Scotsman. Oh, middle-aged. How to make a man feel old. I know I am, technically. In fact, I'm Scottish, so I'm probably geriatric. But I still feel like I'm an immature youngster. TikTok PC Tech, hello there. Stephen McCandless with a nice greeting for about y'all. We also got Ricky De Hoyos, first time here. Thank you for joining us. I wish I'd prepared something now. We've got some new people. For those of you who are new, hello. First and foremost, hello. I'm Graham. Pleased to meet you. The channel is called Aquarium Adventures. So normally the kind of stuff that I put out is all about aquariums, mostly freshwater. For the last few years anyway, it's all been freshwater. It's me messing about with aquariums, with fish, learning things, breaking things, building things, smashing things. If anything, there's probably more on the breaking than there is the building, but I try. And we make fishy videos, fishy content, all that kind of stuff. But on a Friday evening or afternoon, depending where you are, we talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about. So the chat is open, as they say. Please, by all means, throw out some topics, throw out some questions, throw out some statements for me to react to. Tell me what was wrong with my last video or what was right with my last video. I will every, half an hour plug something like my Discord server up there. If you want to join the Discord server, if you don't do Facebook or any of those things and you like to have a more informal chat with like-minded people, Doesn't have to be about fish. There's plenty of channels and things. But yeah, join the Discord server. Mods will no doubt put a link in the chat, and you can click on there. Come and say hello in there. Introduce yourself. We've got all kinds of stuff in there. Share pictures, share stories, share whatever the hell you want to share. And have a chat. It's quite a nice little community, and we all hang out in there every now and again, especially after the show. After the show, as if this is a show. After the man prattling on about nonsense for a couple of hours. While we're doing it, might as well plug other things. I have a website. You can buy stuff. If you're in the UK, I have merch. Fantastic merch. I have, what else have I got? We do prize giveaways. Prize. That's likely going to be one of the prizes we give away tonight. Some key rings, some fish food, some merch. We might give away some stuff. Every now and again we have competitions like that, and sometimes we do polls, sometimes we do tier lists. Yeah, whatever. Tonight's just going to be a bit of a chit chat, a bit of a catch up. Let's see what's going on, what I've been up to for the last few days. We can talk about last week's video. That seemed to go down quite well. Everyone seemed to quite like that one. I wonder why. Because Idiot Features made a fool of himself in it. So, like I say, if you're new, welcome. Click subscribe, click a like, click. If there's something you can click it. That would be nice. Oh, shameless plug. I did find myself with half an hour before this started, so I've updated everything, like the super chats and the member buttons and the subscribe buttons, I think. So if you do click one of those, this isn't just a shameless grab for money, but if you make a super chat tonight, for instance, I think I've loaded up some new gifts, so round about here something should pop up, or I don't know, maybe if you unsubscribe and resubscribe, that'll pop something up, or join as a member. Remember, you get access to loads of cool new emojis, all that kind of stuff. Things will pop up here. Well, depending on my technical proficiency, things might pop up here. Let's just say that. Right, crack on. Michelle, good evening, Michelle. Christine, Patrick again. Simon Clark, you're here. Andy's in. Who else have we got? A Lanx Fishkeeper has wandered in as well. A Steiner Wallaker. Oh, I'm afraid you've been beaten tonight by the furthest away person watching. We've got someone in Houston, Texas, which is nearly 5,000 miles away, so you're not quite far enough tonight. You had posts from Tropco's Faceache feed showing it, so maybe if I go on Faceache and search for Tropco. I thought I was following Tropco on Facebook, but I haven't seen anything. Pardon me. Tropco, that's what they're called. I even went on the website and they didn't have anything on their website about it. Oh my god, straight away. Yeah, look how hard I looked. Very first thing that pops up. Okay, we'll have a look at that in a minute. Oh, something happened. It worked. Yeah, oh, it's tiny. Mickey has donated £1 through Super Chat. So that's me. I made a little clip and turned it into a GIF of me getting stuck in my fish room trying to crawl out of the crawl space, shouting, "Oh, my balls!" as I caught my balls on something quite sharp and painful. I think I've cracked YouTube now, guys. I think I found the secret. All I have to do is hurt myself, make a fool of myself, smash myself, and everybody loves it. So, I'll just become a clown and start breaking things on purpose. We've got another contender for furthest away, San Jose, CA. I assume that means California. California, if I can spell it. Oh, we have another new winner. Congratulations, Barbara. 5,188 miles away. Isn't technology brilliant that we can say hello to each other with this kind of distance? Oh, I don't mean to say, oh, Paul's had a name change and changed his name, but I thought you were a new person that we tempted someone in. Well, welcome, Paul. Nice to see you. Courtney, I'm surprised to see you here. Hello, says Courtney. Currently packing as we move house in the morning. Jumping in to say hi and listening to the background. Oh, what a top moderator. Making up for Jennifer's absence so far. Don't forget to hit that like button. And all those type of things. There's the name I can't say. Atatehimni, who I met in person last week. I think it was last week, wasn't it? I visited the local new Maidenhead Aquatics in Sheffield. Sorry, something has just happened to my eye. We were down there. It's kind of near, there's like an antiquesy quarter in Sheffield, and wanted to have a bit of a look around in there, and I popped in because it was in the area. That's going to get really distracting. I quite like that. That's hilarious. Oh, my balls. Thank you, Kaylee, for the 99p. Oh, I didn't even say thank you to Mickey. Thank you, Mickey, as well, for your 99p super chat. But yes, I was down in Sheffield, the Maidenhead Aquatics, which is a new store. It was in an old... I knew it was like a carpet warehouse or a furniture store or something like that, but it's been empty for a while. And they've decked it all out, and they've got a load of giant koi ponds and things like that on one side, and then all their racking systems on the other side, and then kind of another section for food and dry goods and everything. Really nice. I liked it. I liked the layout. It's the first time... Oh, maybe it's not the first time I've been to a Maidenhead Aquatics. It's the first time I've noticed the way they set up their racks. I don't know if this is an MA thing or it's just this particular one. But they kind of have 3 levels of fish tanks, all kind of staggered, which isn't unusual. But the light bars were all at the front of the tanks, and it really made the fish pop. It made all the fish look super vibrant. And I thought, that's a great idea. I don't know why we don't do that more often, have the lights right at the front. Didn't buy anything. I was just having a bit of a wander around, but I got spotted by Ate Himni, and he waved his key ring at me and said hello, had a little bit of a chat. So I didn't get to spend long there, but I shall definitely be back and check it out. Quite well stocked, lots of tanks, really quite impressed with that. A few cool things. Yeah, worth a visit if you're in the area, as they say. Right, sorry, what was I doing? Oh, we've even got a question straight away. Oh, Liam Cotton, here we go. David, how long would you drip feed 4 small 25 litre tanks with an HM... Right, let's try that again, Graham. How long would you drip feed 4 small 25 litre tanks with an HMA filter? How long would you drip feed 4? I'm going to keep reading this until it makes sense to me. I'm sure it's me, not you. I don't really understand the question. How long would it take to fill them? Is that what we mean? So feel free to re-ask this with slightly different order of words to get into my confused brain. Like I say, it's probably me, not you, but I guess you might be going with how long would it take to fill them up, because with an HMA filter, for those who don't know, HMA filter stands for heavy metal axe. It's basically a carbon block or carbon granule filter. Normally they have a sediment filter, carbon block, carbon granules, or vice versa, all different types and differing qualities, but they take out heavy metals, so it's called a heavy metal axe. And it's a way to use water straight from the tap without having to add any chemicals or dechlorinators or anything like that. But typically you have to abide by a maximum flow rate, so if you get one of the cheapo ones off eBay or something like that, it's kind of a 4 litre per minute maximum is what you can run through them. Otherwise you take the risk of the chlorine getting through because the flow rate is too high. But if you're dripping, the rate doesn't matter. Or do you mean how long would you... I don't know. We'll come back to that, David. Ask me again in a minute. I'm sure my brain will reset at some point and we'll come back and figure that one out. Leon's been waiting since getting stuck in the hole. Yes, there was a small chance, a small part of me that thought we were going to have to phone the fire brigade to get me out. But we got there in the end. Yes, that's going to make me chortle too, Sharpie, every time I hear that. Oh, my balls! Soren, good evening, sir. Raymond, Cleveland, Ohio. Right, we've got a new one. Cleveland, Ohio. Ohio's on the... Whoa, no, I've just spilt beer all over my keyboard. That's not good. This is why you shouldn't drink and stream, people. Bear with me a second while I get a bit of a towel. What an opportunity to plug some merch. Available on all good Aquarium Adventures websites. You can get Aquarium Adventures fish towel. This is a special edition, but I'm sure we can make one up for you while I mop up some beer. Right, prepare to have the stream end as I try and wipe the keyboard. Nope, still here. Right, let's multitask. Oh no, it's all over my laptop as well. That's not good. That's only my work laptop. Right, reset. Okay. Cleveland, Ohio we were looking at, weren't we? OHIO. Only 3,728 miles, I'm afraid. Sorry, Raymond. Pardon me. Callum as well. Shouldn't you be packing? How's the glass coming for Megatank? Blech. Yeah. So, it isn't, is my honest answer. So, I'll give you the quick Megatank update while we're on the subject. So, I think I was going to do another coat tonight, but I didn't quite get around to it. But this will be coat 9. The next one will be coat 9. I want to get to 10 coats of the liquid rubber, because the liquid rubber says put on 3 to 5 coats and that should do it for waterproofing, because you're aiming for a certain thickness to guarantee the waterproofing. But I just want to kind of double that, so I'm going to go for 10 coats, purely because I'm not entirely convinced this won't be an abject failure and it'll leak. And if it does leak, I don't want it to be my fault, so I don't want this to be, I've only done another couple of coats, made it that little bit thicker, it would have been fine. So I'm going to go overkill on the coats with the liquid rubber. So that's that. So it'll either work or it won't, but if it doesn't, it won't be my fault, because I'll have done everything I can do. I've been meticulous with the liquid rubbering. I've been making sure every little bump's been knocked back, every little fold, every little crease. No, get that out of there. Get everything on nice and flat and smooth. It goes on quite well. It goes on really thin with a roller, and I'm not entirely sure I like the finish it leaves with a roller, so I've been using a brush mostly, so I can slap it on nice and thick with a brush. But it goes on well. Out of that big bucket you might have seen in the video of me liquid rubbering the Megatank, I'm not even halfway down. I've way overestimated how much I would need. Which again had me slightly worried, where I was a bit like, why is it not using this up? Surely, because it says that bucket will cover that tank at 3 to 5 coats. So I'm a bit like, I don't know why it isn't, or why much less is doing the same job. So that's one little niggle in the back of my head, but we'll plough on. Then that leads me on to the next job is glass. Maybe. So I'm kind of thinking, kind of 50-50 between the next job being glass or pipework filtration sump, something along those lines. And the reason I'm hanging off is it might be coming down in price. Even the few weeks that I've been looking for glass, there have been quite a few variations in price for glass. Some of them ridiculous. So if you're on the Discord server, I posted during the week where I got one of my quotes back. In fact, let me find that one. That was the biggest quote. The leading, where was it? The largest one I've had so far. So 19mm clear float glass at the size that I need it at, £1,220. I was a bit like, what? No, just one. I don't want a whole aquarium of that. Just one panel. So I was a bit like, and like clear float glass is just plain old glass. It's not low iron, it's not tempered, it's not hardened safety glass. Plain old glass. So that is an outlier. So I have had other quotes for 19mm glass, plain float glass, for much, much less than that. But I'm thinking of going for 15mm tempered glass, or strengthened glass. Not entirely clear whether it is tempered or not, but it's strengthened. Because the strengthened stuff has a strength 5 times that of plain float glass, so I can go a little bit thinner and way overspec the strength requirements of it. So I think I can get that for under 500 quid. But I'm having lots of work done at the house at the minute, so my house is being rewired. New central heating system's been put in at the moment, so the gas engineer was in the garage setting up the new boiler and everything, and looking at the fish room and going, wow, that's cool. So one of the things about having work done in this house, everyone, as soon as they get into the garage, they're like, oh, this is cool, I've never seen this before. But he was admiring my handiwork on Mega Tank, and I was saying, oh yeah, it's going great, I'm going to do this, that and the other, but I need a big pane of glass. And he was like, oh, I know just the man. And he has a glass specialist in his phone book for a guy that does anything from windows to glass barriers to glass doors to tables to art. So he does weird projects and things like that, like on his website he has like speaker boxes made out of glass and various other weird and wonderful things. So he gave me his number, I got in touch with him, said, yeah, here you're the man to talk to about weird glass requirements, this is what I'm doing, this is what I want. And he was like, oh yeah, definitely, I'm up for that, I can do that. And he's local as well, so that sounded quite good. So I gave him the dimensions, told him what I wanted. Silence. So I don't want to be too pushy and just go, well, come on, give me a price, what's going on? But that would be perfect, because he is local, he will deliver it himself. It's an extra pair of hands to help me actually get it into position, rather than these websites that you, like Glass Direct. That's, I will get it to the end of your driveway. From that point on, it's your own problem. So it's a bit like, ooh, okay. So we'll see. I'm kind of thinking I might just do the other jobs and get all the filtration roughed in, get the sump built, possibly the Congo tank. So we have been talking about doing a tank for the Congo Biotope. I'm trying to sneak in a biotype now to make it a little bit easier, but the Congo Biotope. Ooh, there's a big bug here. If you're new, this is a tank that we're building together, like a subscriber tank, basically. We picked what fish we were going to keep in it, what type of tank we were going to keep. So it's a tank based around Congo tetras, and we're going to do a biotope. So we talked a little bit last week about what other fish we might keep in that. So I've been putting together a bit of a list. I think I've ordered some of those fish from Fishman Aquatics, so I might go and pick them up. But I really like the idea of having some of the spotted Congo puffers in there. And they're kind of, you get one or you get 6. And if I get 6, I really need quite a big tank. And given that I've got a lot of liquid rubber left over, I might build that tank and have it on one of my racking systems, like a 6 foot by 2 foot type affair. Load of Congo tetras, a load of spotted Congo puffers, maybe an elephant nose fish, and maybe some butterfly fish. There's quite a limited choice for things that are found actually in the Congo, and then there's lots of things that are just African or generic. They don't really come from anywhere, so they could be whatever they are. So we've got some choices to have. So that's where we're at. I might hang off buying the glass just to see if it does start to come down in price a bit, and whether or not we can get the old Scottishness to the forefront and see what best deal I can get. That's kind of where I'm at the moment anyway. Sorry, I've been rattling on for a while. So hopefully that explains a little bit about Megatank and where we've got to with Megatank. We will do a little bit of a giveaway because I've also updated the Kaylee wheel with all new prizes this week. Richard Cranium, what's going on, everyone? How you doing, sir? PTS Aquatics, Phil and Nicola in County Durham, welcome. How you doing? Novoi Perkelly. You're going to have to phonetically spell that for me so I can stop mangling your name. When will you upgrade to a mansion and have a koi pond in your motor yacht? I think as far as upgrading, this is as mansiony as it gets. This is already expensive enough, and I don't think I'll ever have a yacht. Definitely not a yacht with a koi pond on it. I might have a koi pond on it with a toy yacht on it. I do want to get a koi pond. That is something that I have been planning, but I think I might have missed the boat this year. We've got too many other jobs to do. So, like with the house, we've got lots of work to do on this house, like a rewire, new central heating, ripping up floors, ripping down ceilings, plastering, painting, all that kind of stuff, carpets. That's just going to take up all our time this year, I think. So maybe once we get the house sorted this year, and as much as we can to make the garden livable before I start bringing in diggers and digging big massive pits in it to make koi ponds there. So we'll see. This is how far back I am. They're the new model racks, so only shops that have been set up, refurbished in the last couple of years are configured like that. Right. So this was when I was talking about the Maidenhead Aquatics, the racks. They looked very smart. You could see all individual racks with their own sumps and everything. So yeah, worth a look. I did spend a long time, I don't know if you noticed this when I was there, but I spent a long time looking at the filtration. So rather than looking at the front of the fish tanks, I was looking around the side of the ponds going, so that's how they've run their UV filter into that one. Oh, right, so they've got a backup going that way. Right. So I learned a lot. So this is the HMA question. Sorry to confuse you. How long would you have the filter on each day to drip feed into the tanks? I generally left mine on all the time. If you've only got 4 tanks, I suppose that's going to be quite hard to dial in the flow to keep that on, but I kind of picked a level. So the way that I ran my HMA and this will be a video coming soon because I'm about to start setting this up again myself. I have the water coming in, HMA filter, and a feed going around the whole room with feeds coming off, each one with drip tips on the bottom of each feed going into each individual tank, and then I could dial in very precisely how many drips per minute, and I could measure in there, right, that tank's getting 10 litres a day, that tank's getting 50 litres a day, whatever it was that I wanted to dial it into. So that's the way I would look at that, is you choose how much you want to change in that tank. So if it's 25 litres, if you want to do a 10% water change, work out how long that means you need to leave it on, or how many drips per minute that would work out to, and you can just leave it on all the time. If that makes sense. Christine has recently set up a 60 litre cube with 5 pea puffers. Would you deworm them, all fattening up nicely? So yes, is my short answer. I very much used to be in the camp of no, never, don't deworm anything unless you see worms. Why would you do that? It's a complete waste of time. But I've lost too many fish by not being good enough at spotting worms, if that makes sense. So even I now do it, I was going to say prophylactically, but that's not the right word. Or is it the right? No, it's probably not. I now do it regularly with my discus. So once a year I will something happened. Lily Loft has become a member. See, there's the other picture. That's me getting stuck in the hole. And then ta-da. Sorry, I'm easily pleased me. So I now deworm my discus at least. Any puffers, I would do the same thing, but my discus, I now deworm them annually, if not more, just to make sure that if there are worms, they're not getting a chance to get established. And lots of people have had arguments with me, and I understand the arguments. Well, as long as you know what's coming into your tank, then you're not getting worms into it. But they will find a way. Life finds a way. So, yes, I would give them a worming just to make sure. If nothing else, I feel that it reinvigorates certainly my discus. I've not necessarily noticed it when I did it with puffers, but it reinvigorates them to feed more aggressively, heartily, readily once the deworming is done. It might just be completely psychological and they're not actually doing that, but it makes me feel like that's what's happening, so I like doing it. We got some nice plex in Wednesday night. I saw your picture on Discord, I think it was. and some Ancestrus ranunculus. And now another word I can't say. I saw your comment. If you lived close enough to set up a pentagram, goat skull, and black candles in there. Well, my eldest kid's already told the other two kids about, I think it's Dave or John. Well, who's Dave or John? You know, the guy that lives in the void under the house. It does seem like a big waste of space, though. You could have another 3 rooms down there. Time for some thicker coats for the liquid rubber. I don't think I can do it any thicker. Obviously, I could have done with the... what's the word? The rollers. But that's why I switched back to the brush. Hey, I can speak honest. And I've been putting them on pretty thick. And by the time I get to 10 coats, I've also been doing it on a little test piece. Each time I do a coat on there, I can do a coat on a little test piece of scrap, just so I can see how thick it's building up. And it has built up more than they recommend, because I think they say it's like 1.8 mil is what you're aiming for. It's done that. That's not the right number, I just made that up, but you know what I mean. Finally home and recovered from the roadside. How is everyone? Scott, what happened? I missed something. Thicker rubber might actually be worse due to rubber cracking. This depends on the plywood surface bonding. If it sticks, it will be waterproof. If not, you'll have escalating problems. Yeah, I can see what you're saying there, but I don't think that would necessarily be true. I looked up there was a video I was watching on, basically they had used liquid rubber. It wasn't liquid rubber actually, it was another liquid rubber product, but they'd used it on a cardboard box, and they basically planted it onto the cardboard box, filled it with water, and they had a time lapse of like 6 months on this thing, and then at some point they actually just took it out of the cardboard box altogether, and it was a freestanding flexible rubber tote, and we're using it like that. So I don't see why it delaminating off the plywood would make any difference, because the pressure of the water is going to be keeping it pretty firm where it needs to be. But we shall see. That's what this is all about. It's a test. We're going to test these things. Biotope. Okay, biotope. It will be a biotope. Right, where do we go up to? How many Congos do you have? I have 25, I think. We've got the 25. They're already trying to force more onto me. Not force, they just mentioned that there were going to be more. But I've been speaking to Callum and Reese from Fishman Aquatics through the week, where they had some ideas of some new fish that were stocking or showed up on lists. So I think I've put my name down for a few. Not all necessarily for the Congo tank, but we've got some ideas, let's put it that way. Packing done. Oh my god, when we moved house it took us about 3 weeks, and then even the night before the move I was up until 5 o'clock in the morning, and then up again at 8 to finish it. I suppose we've had more time to accumulate more crap than you have. Are you moving? Yes, they're moving apparently tonight or tomorrow, something like that. Suffered a puncture, nothing major. Left work at 5, got home at 9. Same tyre, same place as last puncture. No signs of damage. Hopefully can claim it back from manufacturer. Hope so. Aquarium Daily, good evening. How are you? Ben's Reef 8, are you worried about the electricity prices going up? Yes I am. Yeah, massive price hikes on the horizon. What should we do? I know, let's build a massive 2,500 litre thing of water that needs heating. Yeah, so one of the things about having the central heating system ripped out, I might just stick a radiator in the room, which will help a little. So having done the maths, and I could be wrong, I often am wrong about lots of things, I've always steered away from heating the room and gone for insulating the room. So once the room is up to temperature, the heat is retained quite well by the water, and you basically have a bunch of glass radiators, and then it doesn't escape the room because it's well insulated. So the heaters themselves don't actually come on all that much. So that's one choice, and that's what I've always done. That's what I did in my old fish room. That's what I'm doing so far in this fish room. But I'm thinking that I'm going to try heating the room. I've always gone against it because I don't really like the room being roasting, because then I'm in there sweating my tatas off every time I'm working in the fish room. I prefer it to have a little bit of a breeze, let it be a little bit cool. But I can still do that if I heat the room with a radiator. It's just to bring it back up to temperature will be more cost efficient if I am switching a radiator to bring the room back up to temperature, rather than switching on 30 200 watt aquarium heaters to bring them up to temperature, which then start to heat the room. So my thinking here is that I'll be able to get the room up to temperature. If I want to go in and work in the room and it's too hot, I can let some of that heat out, but the water will be able to store that heat long enough for me to be in there and working, and then get the radiator back on to heat the room up to keep everything happy. That'll be more efficient than using tank heaters to do that. It seems to be a well-trodden path that people do this, and it works well for them, so I'm kind of doing that. I'm also looking into, so one of the things we're doing with our central heating system is we've got solar panels on the roof here. There's a product called, I think it's Sun, that they were looking at, where they use your solar panels to heat your hot water. I'm desperately drawing pictures of things of how I can hack that to use my solar panels to heat my aquariums in some fashion, whether it's a battery backup and running the fish room off the battery, or I've even talking to him about running hot water into the fish room, so I can top up the tanks with hot water. Because again, that running hot water, especially if the hot water tank is filled up with water heated by my solar panels for free, and I do water changes with hot water, then I don't have to pay to heat that hot water, if that makes sense. So there's lots of little tweaks might be coming, so if you're not already, click that subscribe button. We might have some exciting, clever things that we could look into. Not necessarily hacks, and some of them aren't necessarily going to be applicable to if you only have one tank at home, then you wouldn't be going to all this trouble. But these are the type of things that I'm thinking about with the fish room. So we're getting a shower valve, and so a thermostatic mixer valve installed probably next week, which will give me hot and cold running water into the fish room. Because he is a proper plumber, he is going to help me tidy up all the pipes, get a radiator down there, all those sort of things, make it all a little bit nicer and neater, if that makes sense. So, to answer your question, yes, I am worried about the electricity prices, and might be doing things again. I think ours go up on the 1st of April, or maybe it's the 1st of May, I can't remember. So I definitely was talking with the boss about, right, that's the target date to get that tank filled up and switch on the tank heaters before the electricity kicks in. But yeah, I don't know. We do have solar panels here, and we're just starting to get into the nicer weather in this country. I'm hoping that they will take a little bit of the hit off us, because they haven't been too great over the winter. But that's because it's winter, so hopefully they might lessen the blow for us of the new price hikes before they come in. Otherwise, I don't know, I'm going to get treadmills for the kids and the dogs, and a windmill stuck on top, and generate my own electricity. Don't be fooled, I've been packing for 3 weeks. Good on you, yes. Moving in the morning. Well, best of luck to you. One of the most stressful things I've ever done is moving house several times. It was fine when it was just me. So when I moved from Glasgow down to London, that was me in a car, head down, job done. A couple of changes of clothes and a few bits of tat and crap that I dragged down. when we moved house this time, so it's me, the wife, 3 kids, that was 2.5 big massive van loads, 3 cars stuffed full of stuff, and 2 storage units. So it's a little bit different, so it gets harder, let's put it that way. Wagwan. So ideas for a cold water medical. That was one of my other options. Yes, I was looking into I have always liked goldfish. Maybe we can do big cold water fish, and that's not a terrible idea. So, and I did seriously consider it for a while, that I could look at having an indoor koi pond, for instance. That's a decent size for an indoor koi pond, an 8 foot by 4 foot indoor koi pond, or other cold water species that might have like a nature pond where I wouldn't put trout and things like that in there, river fish necessarily, but we could have some more interesting cold, because I am doing this for YouTube. As much as this is going to be my big thing, I'm obviously going to make videos about this tank, so I want it to be interesting as well as something I want to do. So I thought that might be quite a different thing to do, a new take on cold water. But it's hard to find things that other people haven't already done. Not that that's the reason to do something like that, but you know what I mean. I quite like the idea of doing like 100 fancy goldfish, or I don't know, some like 2,000 temperate fish, little tiny temperate fish. Like I'm trying to think of the name of the bleeding things now. Like swordtails and platies, or the variatus platies and things like that, the ones that can handle the colder temperatures. But I'm kind of set, and I kind of have an idea of what I want to do with it now. Have you ever thought of looking into solar panels? So yeah, I think I touched on that a little bit. I have looked into it. One of the things that I've been looking at is whether we can get some kind of battery backup system here at the house, so that stores the power a little bit better, and can use it on demand. So we'll see how that goes. Why do you keep saying lemonade? What does that mean? You're just a ray of sunshine, aren't you? Heating the room will have more heat loss than heating the tanks. Exchanging electricity to heat has a 1-to-1 efficiency. Yes, but it's much cheaper to run a radiator than it is to run an electric heater. And I think you're the first person that's ever argued the opposite of that. So there's a whole canon of thinking behind that. If you become a member, you get cool emojis. You do indeed get cool emojis. You don't get to see them on the stream because the thing I use to display chat doesn't display emojis. But you'll see it yourself if you're watching the chat yourself. Phil's in. Evening, Phil. Late apologies. Been to a funeral of a very dear friend. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But welcome along. Hopefully we can cheer you up a little bit. If you missed it last week, Sharpie managed to get me. I think you're the first person that's ever actually got me with a fake name. We like to play a bit of a fake name game where you try and get me to read out something that's a little bit risque, and because I'm an idiot and just read whatever comes up in front of me, I was close to falling in. But yeah, you got me last week. Well done, Sharpie. What size heater or heaters will you use for the mega tank? I will probably use, I've got a couple of 500 watt heaters. I'll probably use them. Obviously, if I get the shower valve installed, I'll be able to fill it up with water at the temperature that I want. Well, first off, I'm going to fill it up with cold water, because I'm not going to keep anything in it for a few weeks. I'm going to run it as a test, then I'll run the filtrations to test that out for a bit. I'll probably fill it and empty it a couple of times just to make sure everything goes, do a load of water tests to make sure nothing's leaching, and then stock it, and then I'll fill it with hot water to the temperature that I want to keep it at, And like I say, I think I've got a couple of 500 watt titanium heaters kicking about that I'll use. That'll keep it going. And like I say, if I do go with the heating the room rather than heating the tanks thing, probably won't have to rely on them for anything other than a backup. There are calculations you can do to make sure you size your heater to your tank appropriately and all that good stuff. But I'll be using them as a backup, I think. A fish room and keeping your family house escalating bills to a minimum will be a challenge. You're not wrong. It will definitely be a challenge. It's a conversation we have had to have of, Graham, you effing idiot, why are you deciding to expand on your fish room when we've moved to a much bigger house, which is much higher energy bills already, and then the energy bills are effectively doubling because of everything else. It's not because of everything. I keep saying them, because of what's going on. The bills, they were going up anyway. Nothing to do with the bloody war. So yes, I have had to take a long hard look at myself. Getting attacked by a bug. But I've been running Aquarium Adventures as a kind of side project business, and saving up everything that I made, whether through YouTube, whether through merch sales or food sales or whatever it might be, to expand the fish room. So I'm just going to have to dive into that to run the fish room. It's always been this is a self-funding, self-sustaining hobby. Whenever I go out and buy new things, it's not out of the family purse, it's out of the Aquarium Adventures purse. So all even your £1 super chats to make me say, "Oh my balls," that's going to keep the fish room running another day. This isn't a sob story to get you to donate more or anything like that, but ad revenue, whatever it is, everything that is, that's what's going to keep the fish room running. So I hadn't had electricity bills or fuel bills or anything like that down as a Graham expense or an Aquarium Adventures expense. That had just been part and parcel of, well, it's my hobby, I could be playing golf and that would come out the family purse. That's a bad example, but you know what I mean. That I'm now going to move the energy consumption of my fish room will now become an Aquarium Adventures expense, and I'll cover that from the money that I generate and make out here. So I might have to that's why I'm saying we'll probably dial back on the pond this year, because I need to make sure that I'm covering the costs of things. I won't be buying quite as many things as I had intended to buy. We might run a couple fewer tanks just to make sure that it doesn't go too crazy, and then I can, that's another thing that's just reminded me, I need to fit some kind of meter so I can measure the electricity of the fish room, so I can cover that myself out of the Aquarium Adventure funds and not have it be a burden on the household, if that makes sense. Because it's not insignificant. I think we worked out something like, just to get, if I wanted to heat Megatank to 25 degrees from the temperature it comes out of the tap at, it would cost something like 30 quid. Which doesn't seem a lot, but if I do a few big water changes and then just natural heat loss over time, keeping that topped up for a year, that's going to add up. And then I've got all the other tanks in there, that's going to add up as well. And then there's all the lights, and then pumps and air pumps and wave makers and sump pumps, and the list goes on. So I have, if my dad's here, I have turned into you. I'm now chasing everyone in the house round, saying, "Turn that light off, shut that door." I've become my dad. You're born in a barn. Am I still even talking to anyone, or am I just, oh no, we're still live, that's good. Right, let's have a look then at Nitrico, and then we'll do a giveaway, I promise. So this was in Discord, so join the Discord server. We have what they called a channel called Livestream Video Ideas, where if you've got something you want me to discuss, you can chip in as well through the chat. We might even start up the guests again and have people on to discuss these topics that we bring up in the live stream thing. But Sharpie had said, "Has anyone seen this?" and it's, can we see this? Let me get rid of that for a second. So for those of you who aren't in the UK, this will mean nothing to you, but the Tropco is, it's like a big massive fish wholesaler, or not even wholesale because they sell to the public, but they have loads of tanks, loads of things, and it's like mail order fish basically. In fact, I probably have the Tropco, so it's the worst website in the world. Every time I look at it, it makes me feel sick. Designed in 1982. So basically they have loads of different types of fish. They've always got a really good selection. That's their main thing that's going for them. Pardon me. So whatever you want, miscellaneous and unusual. So archer fish, pea puffers, yeah, all kinds of things in here. So you can just buy them, they ship them to you, job done. I have used them in the past myself. I personally have never had a problem. Always got good fish, been quite happy with them. They don't ship in poly boxes, which I always thought was quite strange. They just ship in cardboard boxes and wrapped with paper. But like I say, I never had a problem. Everything seemed to work. So this is the website. It doesn't matter how many fish you get, you pay one fee for the delivery. And they do other things, food. I think they do aquariums as well, possibly. Oh, they certainly were trying to sell me some aquariums. But never matter. So Sharpie pointed out this. Have you seen this? Tropco have. I don't know how well this is coming across, but I shall read it to you. We would like to introduce you all to Nitrico. So this is my first read as well. I haven't seen this yet. I was looking for it earlier, but I couldn't find it. Following 4 years of research and development, the team at Tropco are proud to announce the launch of our new sister company and range of bacterial products. Nitrico produce bacteria. Specifically, we produce true nitrifying bacteria that can be introduced directly into your aquarium and filter to provide an instant cycle. Our products are not like any of the bottled filter additives available that may have once contained some bacteria. Nitrico Goop is a living bacteria paste that will be harvested live from our bacterial digester and sent straight to you. It will then need to be used within 48 hours so it is still 100% alive and ready to break down the fish waste. Never before has it been safe to set up a new aquarium and just add fish until now. It is these bacteria that allow us at Tropco to operate 1,100 independently filtered tanks, sterilising each filter between batches of fish. The Nitrico website will be open very soon with a range of bacterial pouches and pre-matured sponge filters available but as a prelim, we are offering Nitrico Goop pouches on the Tropco site from today. You are? I couldn't see them. Please let us know any question you may have. We'll be happy to answer them. This product really is a game changer for the aquarist with Nitrico. I'm not sure I like the name. Nitrico. But, so this is an area that many different companies have had a go at. So your Seachem, we've got Seachem Stability. You've got your Aqua Pure Balls by whoever it is that makes them. The name has just escaped me. Evolution Aqua, is it? You have loads of independent ones that sell these black, basically pond bombs, but tiny ones. You've got, what was the one I tested recently? It was the cloverleaf stuff, wasn't it? Absolute aquarium starters. So I think that's what they're having a pop at there, saying these ones in the bacteria in a bottle solution. So your Fritz, your Seachem Stability, your what's the other one? ATM, saying that they have a shelf life, which I believe. I think they do have a shelf life, but I don't think it's quite as bad as they're making out. But I kind of like the fact that they're saying, yeah, once we send it to you, you've got 2 days to use it, because that's kind of absolving themselves of all. So you took 3 days to use it, so we're not guaranteeing that will actually do anything. But yeah, I kind of get where they're coming from it, and I don't think it's a bad thing, and I will almost certainly buy some and try it. I've had really good results. I used to always tell people sea chem stability. I swore by it for a long time, and then it just stopped working for me. And that's when I realised, that's because I've used that bottle. It's now a year old, and I've had it open and closed and open. Everything's died. That's essentially what's gone on there. But then the next bottle I got from it, that didn't work as well as I had hoped it would work. I used ATM with my marine tanks. Perfect, worked perfectly, followed the instructions, did what it needed to be done, and it worked great. I made a video very recently on the Cloverleaf Absolute Aquarium starter thing, whatever it's called. That worked. Happy with that. So if it works easier, because a lot of these things you do have to battle, and I've always had to go over the recommended dosage to make sure that I got the functionality out of it, to make sure it did actually instantly start the tanks. So yeah, I'll happily give it a bash. What do you people think? Let me know in the comments what you think of these type of products. I've had to use them recently, but because I've got a fish room, I generally have multiple filters ready to go. Whether I have filter media in a sump of a tank somewhere that I can take out and use in another tank, or I have tanks running multiple sponge filters so as I can take a sponge filter out and use it in a new tank. But that does run the risk of cross-contamination, so a good, reliable product like this would take away that risk. So maybe that would do quite well. I'm concerned that I haven't seen any new comments for the last half hour. So let me stop this and restart it again. Oh, now I need to type in the bleeding URL. Hang on a second. Go back to Big Face. YouTube. Bear with me, people. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Is an idiot. My channel. I'm just restarting the chat thing so I can see it. Oh, here's the thing. Let's have a poll. Does anyone really care about me displaying the chat on the screen, or are you all happy? Just reading it in the chat box. Ooh. I'll do that as a poll. Oh, that didn't work. Chat. So I've always put the chat popped out down here, so that's what I mean, just in chat box. No, that's what I mean on screen. Just in chat box is the one that isn't on the screen. It's kind of off to the side on whatever device you're watching. But I've always put it on screen because I think people watching back haven't always had the opportunity to see the chat box, because YouTube seems to take that away and bring it back every time for the replay. So the people that watch it on replay, if you're watching on replay, leave a comment. Do you like it on the screen, or do you not care? Me just reading it out. So let me know, because it's one less thing for me to have to worry about and screw up. If nothing else. Right, we're back. We're up and running again. "1,000 white cloud mountain minnows." Exactly, something like that. Tiny little fish, lots of them. But no, I really want Oscars. Fishman Aquatics had this peacock bass recently, and I've looked at them in the past and gone, oh, gorgeous, but yeah, I've not got a tank big enough. I do now, so I've been like, oh yeah, I just really like them. So I've been joining all the monster fish keeper forums, desperately digging around what's compatible with what. I really want to keep Oscars. I do want to do that for once. Have a bunch of Oscars, see what it's like to have a big tank where they do have space to bomb about and have more than one or two. So we'll see. Yo mama, is that my face you've got as a profile picture? How have you done that? What a What a nice thing to do. Strange person. Any shrimp experts in the house? If I reduce the temperature from 23 to 21, will it impact on the number of babies they produce? Probably. Or, as it shrimp, there are certain fish and certain things that will alter the sex or the ratio of the male to female ratio, depending on the temperature. You have some questions in the live stream ideas section. Oh, very good. Let's go and have a look there if I can do that. Live stream video ideas. Oh, I could use some tips to clean the green algae off all my stones. The algae bloom has left the tank quite green. That is a thing. I have a tool for... I have a tool for that. It's basically a dentures toothbrush that's... It's got the... No, I'll need to dig it out. Well, I don't know where... I think it might be in the fish room. That's unfortunate. It's basically a dentures toothbrush scrubber thing, but the handle's kind of got a groove in it, so it almost perfectly fits like a PVC hose. Wrap some elastic bands around it, so as you're scrubbing your rock, you can be siphoning out the algae so it doesn't just float away and then resettle back on it again. It's a very good idea, even if I do say so myself. I'm trying to order a tote bag, but it's not applying my free delivery. Am I doing something wrong? Right. No, you're not doing something wrong. But merch you buy through Aquarium Adventures is one set of things, but I also have a Spreadshirt shop, which is this big multinational conglomerate. So if you're in the US or whatever, you can get a t-shirt sent to you. But the stuff that's sold on the website is like the proper embroidered stuff. I don't think we currently have a tote bag on offer, although if Phil's still here, he might be able to tell us that you can get one. So I have no control over the pricing of the Spreadshirt stuff, and that's typically the stuff that shows up underneath the video as like a little advert. And you can buy anything from a baby bib to a mouse mat to a tote bag and all those kind of things, but all I get to do is upload my designs. I don't even get to set the price or delivery or anything like that. They just send me a small cut. So if you're interested in tote bags, that's something we can look into. But unfortunately, I can't do anything on the price from Spreadshirt. Nearly fell. Maybe a second cider by a company called Dickens. All hobbies have a cost. Do what makes you happy. You're quite right. It's not like I'm out there playing golf every weekend. This is my only hobby at the moment. But everything else kind of died off during lockdown. My friend has a hot tub that costs the same to run as my 120 litre tank. Wow, that's good. Just to let you know, I've hit the like button. Thanks, Dad. Nice to see you. I was just telling everyone else I've now fully made the transition into you. I've started chasing my kids around, telling them to shut doors and turn the lights off. Just like I remember you doing to me when I was younger. Richard Granium has to be Callum. It's not annoying enough to be Callum. Scott says, I've heard good things about it. I'm assuming you're talking about the thing, name of which I have already forgotten. Nitrico. I'm part of a page on Facebook where they ran trials before officially announcing the sale. They were giving it away to free to try, and everyone said it's worked. I see no reason why it wouldn't work, and I'm happy to try it again myself. Not again, try it myself, like I would be to try anything else. And like I say, no reason it shouldn't work. My main concerns would be how expensive is it? That kind of thing. Thank you, Courtney, for your new comment. No, it was me. It was broke on my end. Love to see me try it, as it may not be 100% honest. Well, if you're the company that's making a thing, you're going to present it in its best light, and that's not to say that it wouldn't be a good light. But yeah, there's no reason why it shouldn't work. It will just be a case of dialing in volumes, because it's a fairly linear relationship between bacteria required to consume the ammonia produced. If you can get that into your tank and it doesn't die immediately, it'll do the job. So will that bacteria stick in your filter? Will it colonise? Will it live there happily? Or is it going to just die off because it's not proper bacteria? Who knows? But we'll try it. People who already like a company love to continue to blow smoke up their arse. There's a name for that. I can't remember what it is now. Because I would call that, you're a fanboy. So if you're an Xbox fanboy, Xbox can do no wrong and PlayStation's always terrible. I'm more of a, Xbox is really good, PlayStation's really good too. I don't see why it has to be one to the detriment of the other or one instead of the other. It's both things exist. Why not use them both? But I've certainly, I think I have had 2 beers. I can't remember if I mentioned this earlier or not, but I used to really like Chem, what's it called? Stability, because that seemed to work for me, and then it stopped working, and I thought, it's probably me that's doing that wrong because it's an old bottle and it's gone out of date. I did mention this earlier, so now I'm just repeating myself. But then I bought another one, which was well in date, and it didn't work either. So, and I think I went through a stage of going, I must be doing something wrong. But I wasn't. It didn't work. So, Chem was one of those companies where I thought, everything they produce must be brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. But more and more products that I tried, I thought, this is garbage, and it's expensive garbage at that. And they still do good stuff, but I think you're right. So if you like a company, so let's put it in Aquarium Adventures terms. If I produced a range of t-shirts and you really liked them and thought they were hilarious or well made or whatever, and then another one came out and you went, that's in bad taste and that's shitty material and the quality's crap, and I would like you to say, didn't like that, so as I could stop making it, or at least get the feedback on it and stop doing that thing or make that thing better, rather than going, we've got our core audience who love everything I do, I can pap out any old crap and they'll lap it up. That would leave a very sour taste in my mouth. So, right, there you go, that's challenge accepted. I shall get my hands on some Nitrico and test it out. Goop link. Right, let's try it. No, that's not going to work. So it cuts off URLs on this chat thing. I need to find. I'll find it afterwards. I'll come back to that. Thank you, Scott, for posting that, or put it in Discord for me, or something like that. I wonder if I can share my screen for the. Well, basically, this comment got truncated after the 4th word, and I thought, Courtney, how many drinks have you had this evening? But no, it was all on the other line. I just need to make the box bigger. If it works, it's worth the money. The problem is the main target should be new fish keepers. And yeah, I mean, I think I saw something. Yeah, so this comment, I think this is a valid comment. It might take away a bit of the experience, a bit of the knowledge, a bit of the getting into fish keeping and understanding what's going on with your water chemistry. Because if you can just buy some goop and dod it in and away you go, that's great. But if you don't understand what's actually happening there because you haven't cycled an aquarium or you haven't had to live through a fish in cycle, you haven't learned anything other than how to buy a product. So I would agree the most important thing to learn is the cycle, even if you don't then cycle it. Because I instantly set up tanks all the time because I have a poop ton of filters already running. But I also have gone through the pain of trying to learn how to cycle tanks and it taking 8 weeks and all those good things. But yes, it should be about whatever you can do to give the optimum care. I think that's a good way to put it. What's the best type of water for shrimp? Arrow water or HMA filter water? So that's another big question there, David. Depends on the shrimp, really. If you have... So HMA water, all that's going to do is remove heavy metals. It's going to remove chlorine, in some cases chloramines. It's not going to alter the water temperature, the water chemistry over and above that. So it's not going to alter your water hardness, your pH, any of that nonsense. So if you were wanting to keep neocardinia, so your cherry shrimps and your easier species, HMA filter is probably fine, depending on what your water's actually like. But if you wanted to keep some tougher or more intolerant species, so your crystal shrimps and your cardinia species and things like that, you might have to go with RO water, again, depending on what your water's like, and then remineralizing to get your desired effects. But I think the key thing there is HMA doesn't really alter your water chemistry. RO takes away your water chemistry and you have to build it back up. There you go. Phil is the man. Tote bags are doable. How do you feel about epilation? I don't know what epilation is. I'm going to have to Google that. Is this going to be a mistake? The removal of hair by pulling it from the roots. Oh, like an epilator, obviously. How do I feel about it? I don't know. I don't think I have any strong feelings either way. Why are you asking? Are you planning to wax me, or do you want me to get rid of my eyebrows or something? I know they get a bit crazy now and again. Speaking of golf, played the Loch Earn golf course last weekend in Enniskillen, Northern Ireland, designed by Flado. Who's Flado? Faldo is that, or as my granny calls him, Nick the Prick. Yeah, I used to play a lot of golf, and my dad plays a lot of golf if he's still here. Maybe we should have an Aquarium Adventures golf day, but I didn't get to play a game last year at all, and even the years before that was maybe once or twice. I had a little dalliance. I joined the Hillsborough golf course under one of these play more golf schemes. I didn't get the use out of it. When you've got 3 young kids, it's hard to make a 5-hour gap in your day. Oh, there's an idea. Insulated bags, like fish bags, so you can go to the store and buy your new fish in your Aquarium Adventure bag. Merch ID, a cock ring with a cock on it. I'm not sure that's in Phil's wheelhouse, but you know, I'm open to all suggestions. Going to send you pictures of fish tomorrow, Mr. Garrett. I will make arrangements to come and visit you in the very near future then. The name is Apple Product Users. Yes. It took me a while to get that. It's definitely Callum. Yeah, I'm going to have to make a stance and say I kind of agree with Richard Cremium there. I'm not an Apple fan. I think they've done some great things. I think they've done some terrible things. But it's very much form over function. Sharpie's fish. I didn't know that. I fitted an HMA. Oh, what's Sharpie saying now? Yeah, Neocardinia and Cardinia have totally different yes, so that's what I was meaning about they are. You can't just say shrimp. What do I need to do? It depends on the type of shrimp, and they very much do have different requirements. So I fitted an HMA filter to the small tanks, but I have an RO filter as well. I mean, if you have an RO filter, that is also an HMA filter. All you have to do is put in a bypass before the last two stages. I had my HMA feeding into the RO bits, but a loop past it. So if I didn't want to do RO water, if I wasn't breeding at that particular time, I could just skip the RO sections and just use it as an HMA. Keep doing that, and Cadbury will be recruiting you for the eyebrow dance part 2. I've always been quite good at the old eyebrows. Oh no, definitely Callum. The two of them. I do know, yes. I've had several King of DIYs commenting on my videos recently. I had one on one of my Mega Tank videos saying, I know someone who knows a bit about this, I'll come and give you a hand. I don't think any of them were him. I don't remember banning him from my channel, but I certainly don't think it was actually him. I've not heard from him in a while since he made me the offer to come on his podcast. I was looking forward to gloriously turning him down. Nah. Right, I promised a giveaway, didn't I? And then didn't do it. So, if we're all ready and willing, shall we have a wee bit of a giveaway? There will be rules. If you see a thing you can click and you haven't clicked it yet, click the thing. Sorry, just catching up with something. Click like, click share, click join, click whatever. If you can click it. Like a video, watch a video, live in the world. No, live in the UK. Well, I've been stung several times now. Sorry, all my international viewers, this is for the UK only. Unless you're willing to pay the postage, then you can enter as you want. So what we'll do is we'll put up here or here the Kaylee wheel, which will be a wheel, and it will determine what the prize will be. And then we'll do a little bit of a competition, and someone will win the prize, and I'll send them the prize. People who won last week's key rings, or whatever it was I gave away last week, I apologise. I've still not sent them out. We'll get there. Oh no, why didn't that work? I've just seen a super chat from Josh for 99p and it didn't say anything. What's going on? Oh no, alerts have been turned off. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Josh. Oh, my balls. Just spent 99p to send the poo sticker. It's very much appreciated, though. I was going to ask how you're confused. I can imagine what that message must have been. So I thought that was hilarious. I can't remember if I actually clicked like or not. So as you know, it was St. Patrick's Day very recently. Was it yesterday? The day before yesterday? Something like that. And Fishman Aquatics posted this. It's St. Patrick's Day, so we thought we'd show off all the beautiful fish we currently have in store native to Ireland. I thought that was good. So I must admit, for a second I thought, oh, they've cocked up and They've sent a blank picture there before I thought about it for a second. Went, So I'm imagining Courtney must have sent the message saying, you've loaded blank pictures. Right, anyway, we were going to do a giveaway. I keep saying this and then not doing it. So we will run the Kaylee wheel, the wheel of Kaylee, which should be updated to remove pens and replace them with key rings. Where is it? Can he find the right button? Can he find the right button? Can he hell? Is it this button? Oh no, my Stream Deck's broke. Oh no, it's not. So, what are we going to win? Exciting, exciting. It is a keyring. Yay, well done everyone. So, congratulations. Someone's going to win a keyring. So, if I put up that one there, that'll give me this. I want you, if you want to win a keyring, all you have to do is... Oh, I forgot I was running a poll. So, on screen. So, we'll keep the on screen thing. Fine. Okay, let's get rid of that. End poll. If you want to win a keyring, I want you to type in Cockring. Kokring. Type that into chat anytime you want now. Like so. Cockring. Kokring. And if you live in the world, I will send you a keyring. If you live in the UK, I will send you a keyring. If you live in the world, I will charge you for postage. Oh, look at that. Phil will chuck in a hoodie as well. So this one will be keyring, and then we'll do one. If you hang around for a bit longer, we'll do, just before the end, we'll do another one for a hoodie. Yeah, depending on YouTube fees and taxes, you probably made 35p off that 99p donation. I think I'll be lucky if I did that, but nevertheless, I appreciate it. That will probably keep my fish room running another hour. Why won't you work? So we've got a few people. In fact, I have no idea how many people are actually watching tonight. Let's have a quick look. We have 45 people with only 43 likes. Come on, people. That's free to click like. Where was I? There we go. So we'll give this a bit longer. Any of our members in Stoke-on-Trent or staffs breed cories or plecos, but any chance of a visit? I don't know. Get in touch with Phil if you breed cories or plecos. King of DIYs in the draw. One of the two King of DIYs is in the draw. We have to have a King of DIY fight off. I did write down earlier some other topics of conversation because there was a few things I wanted to cover tonight. But I'll be if I can remember. My face on a cock ring, yeah. Ooh. dear. So, for this evening's beverages, I have been enjoying some Heineken. That's my favourite beer. Can't be found anywhere anymore. What are we next doing a duel off for? I like those decision thingies. I like them too. They keep the pace going, don't they? I'm not sure. I was potentially going to do something for what tank mates we might have in the Congo tank, but the options are so limited, and I've kind of settled in on a few that I want to get, so I'll probably just stick with that. But depending how successful this is, I might do something about the next thing that we keep, or something along those lines. Or the next, we've done what's the best fish, what's the best type of aquarium. Maybe that's something we can stick in the old live stream aquarium, live stream ideas in the Discord. How long ago did I move to the dark side? I don't know what you mean. Leon says Joey's in. Several Joeys are in. I suspect they may all be the same person. We should do a what beer are we having tonight poll. Maybe we should do that for what beer we're having next week, because by the time we have the thing, I'll already... yeah. I've just redid my aquarium for the 40th time, therefore I am the real king of DIY. My tank is stronger. My tank stand is stronger. Oh dear. Alright, we have 18 eligible users, so only 18 people want a keyring. Okay, fair enough. I think we'll call it there. And are we still on the page? Yes, we are. So, are we ready? Drum roll, please. Why drum roll no work? That's not drum roll. Drum roll dead. Oh, my buttons are broke. That sucks. What's it called again? Stream Deck. So I know this must be the most boring thing in the world to watch, but why is that not working? The rest of the buttons are working, but why is that not working? Stream Deck is not responding. That'll be why. Why is Stream Deck not responding? Don't they know we're trying to run a live show here? Alright, forget that. We'll just run it. Oh, no, hang on. Close the program. Report to Microsoft. No thanks. Voice mod needs to be running. Voice mod, why are you not running? I thought voice mod was running. Sorry folks, just talk amongst yourself for a second while I try and get some kind of... I spend hours configuring all this crap for it to not work. It's so unprofessional. Oh my god. I have entered. Are you seeing all this? I'm not giving away my bank details or anything. Doing an update. Brilliant. Oh god. I just saw something there. Heiko! I like the picture as well, the profile picture. I've just invented a new fish. I don't know if anyone saw is it Coral Fish 12G, did a documentary with him being dragged through the jungle by Heiko. We'll talk about that in a second. Right, hang on. I think we might finally be in a position. Ready to roll. Who's going to win a cock ring? It is Jay Holt. Congratulations, Jay Holt. All my sound effects work. Excellent. Congratulations, Jay Holt. You have won a key ring. So you can have this type, which is what we're talking about, a cock ring. Or you can have, well, that was the same one, any design. We've got 4 designs. We've got this. We've got this sucks with the pleco on it. We've got this blows with the pufferfish on it, or the classic discus logo. So all you have to do is email me here, graham@aquariumadventures.co.uk, saying, I want a key ring. Please send me the key ring here, and tell me your name, your address, including the county you live in, and I'll send it out to you within 4 to 6 business weeks. So, I haven't forgotten, we will be going off air at 11 o'clock, just in time to let everyone either join the Discord server or to go off and check out Cold Water Aquatics and tell them that I sent you and how much of a wonderful person I am, so they get a few more views as well. So, Coralfish 12G, Heiko Blair. I have to be careful what I say, do I? So Heiko Blair, if you don't know, if you have been in the hobby a while, he invented tropical fish, and I think he's written a book. Not sure. He might have written a book. He very rarely mentions it, so I don't know whether or not you know that. But he has done this film with coral fish. So George Mavrikis, or whatever his name is, Coralfish 12G has started. So I'll say this: the documentary itself is very well done, very well shot, very nice. I watched it and enjoyed it, but I couldn't help but notice that there were a few. So apparently Heiko goes all around the world with this little tiny fish tank, collects fish from a river, drives 6 hours back to his hotel so he can take pictures of his fish that he's collected in his little fish tank that he aquascapes for the photo shoot. Spends another, I assume, 2 or 3 hours overexposing said pictures, and then claims to drive 6, 7, 8 hours back to where he found them to put them back. Alright. And then, I don't know whether this slipped through or not, but one of them was clearly dead in the tank that he was taking the fish. And I think he passed it off as that one not feeling so well. And he's like, no, that one extremely dead. Another one was mislabeled completely, but that could have been the coral fish guy that did that. But the film itself, it was interesting. Who wouldn't want to do that? But oh my God! Oh yes, Pablo Escobar came to my house one day, and I told him to go away. No, I know smuggle your cocaine for you. I found out later that was Pablo Escobar. What a load of. Anyway, I think there's a lot of people that say the man can do no wrong, and there are a lot of people who say the exact opposite, and there's a lot of people who are kind of in between. I think I've very much always been a bit suspicious of him by my book, and it's just very. He seems to me like an 11 Reef person. If you've been to Tenerife, he's been to 11 Reef. If you found one fish, he's found 10 fish. I think he claimed to have discovered more fish than actually exist in the world at one point. Yeah, it's very, very strange, very strange. So, worth a watch though, because I thought the production quality was quite good, and I'd love to do that. Just get out and go somewhere looking for fish not just the River Don. So, worth a watch, but I would say worth a watch with a healthy dose of skepticism. King of DIY is really strong. I don't doubt it. Oh, has a Wild Jen made an appearance? She has as well. Good evening, Chief Mod. How are you doing? Yes, so Jay Holt, congratulations on winning the giveaway. We'll get you a key ring very shortly. I don't know if I'm going to make it to 11 o'clock because I think the seal might be about to break. We'll do a giveaway because Phil has very kindly offered to stick in a hoodie. Uh-oh, Jennifer's had too many gins. She's going to have black eye in the morning. Careful, watch where you step. I loved playing with George. Yeah, there was a slight undertone of, is he being groomed by Heiko? Oh. No. Cold Water Aquarium, he's already streaming. Oh well, so yeah, abandon ship and go and watch him. He has much more interesting content than me. Mostly me is updating stream decks and talking shit about people. Oh, thank you very much, sir. I did, in case, Heiko, just in case it is you, I did an homage to you in one of my recent videos. So if you watched one of my recent videos where you thought halfway, or I think it was during the introduction, if you wondered, what the hell is he going on about there? Among some circles, Heiko Blair is famous for continually shilling his book at any given opportunity. And it's like mega shilling. It's not like just me going, oh, buy some of my merch, oh, buy some of my fish food, oh, that'd be great. It's buy some of my merch because it's the best merch that's ever been made. Buy some of my fish food because no other fish food can compare. It's like I wrote the book on it. I wrote the book on writing the book on fish, and he has a bit of a reputation for claiming to have discovered species by. If I just say allegedly a lot, does that legally clear me from these kind of things? So allegedly, he might take a picture of a neon tetra and turn up the contrast and say, look what I've discovered. It's a never before seen version of a neon. Things like that. So that was my little jovial jibe in one of my videos recently. I can't even remember what video it was. I'll need to look it up in a bit. He claimed 7,920 discoveries in the documentary. Buy my book. I'm off to read you another tag later, Graham. Thanks, Joey. Thanks for stopping by. He could definitely be a fast show cat. He probably could. It's just that every picture of him as well, he's wearing like budgie smugglers. You're like, what's going on there? So anyway, I did a little on mine. I'm going to see if I can find it myself because I thought it was funny, and I don't think anybody got it because there was almost no comments on it. I keep putting these things in my videos that people are like, don't know what he's on about. I keep forgetting how much older I am than some people as well. I did a thumbnail with me as a fast show character. Going, this week I have mostly been liquid rubbering things, and I could almost feel the people watching it going, what? Who's that? What's that all about? So I had to quickly change it and just use it in my Facebook profile to plug it. Come on, Graham, you can do it. Can anyone remember what video it was I did that in? I'm sure I can show my own videos without being struck for content copying. Was it this one?
Oh, my balls.
Oh, hey, I do love it when that happens. £2, another £2 from Mickey. Thank you very much, Mickey. Does Joey have a cock for his new cock ring? Oh, that was loud. Sorry. Oh, Jesus Christ, shut up, adverts. I really should spring for YouTube Premium, shouldn't I? Then I wouldn't have this problem every week when I do this. Skip ads. That's not even that one. You idiot, Graham. So... this is the person laughing at your own jokes, isn't it? It was this one. I remember now. So, if I show you this, and then you go away and watch the Coralfish 12G one with Heiko Blair in it, it might make a bit of sense, I suppose. So, big face, little face. So this was me talking about my new discus that I'd got. Been out and discovered new fish, found a new strain. One of them caught my eye. I feel like I've been out and discovered new fish, found a new strain. Look at the acting. I have made many decades describing the beautiful discus fish. In fact, I should never laugh at your own jokes, should you? Discus, which many people misuse, but not me. I actually examined in great precise detail. Hang on. I actually examined in great precise detail the natural habitats of the discus fish. But here we have the Asian discus. So if you ever watch, he's got a series of videos where he sits and reads his books. So he's got a couple of books on the discus, and it's like he was the first person to ever see a discus. So that's what made me think about this. And it's always like, other people have seen the discus, but not examined as closely as I have. I have examined them with great details and noticed things no one else could ever notice. I have made over 10,000 extremely detailed videos of the discus fish. I have been making years of content about this, and personally have found 380 more types of discus fish, but not this one, not this one, this one I have not been credited with. But he's always moaning about not getting credited with things. Eruption. Look how magnificent it is. Still not credited. I have described very precisely the characteristics of the discus fish. Yet, none named after me, but the magnificent eruption. Of all the characteristics I have described in my magnificent book, by my book, I have not seen a fish like this. This is very special. So it made me laugh, if nothing else. I sorry. So, what have we got there? Something like... So I got that video, not a single comment. Oh no, there is one. Oh, I've missed it. Great Heiko Blair impression. That's the only one that I've seen. I thought that deserved an Oscar. I acted. I did costume, lighting changes. You just don't get the rewards for your efforts these days. Fred decided to jump out the tank and fly at Courtney the other day. Oh dear me. That's quite an effort. Right, we're going to do the final giveaway because I don't think my bladder can hold it anymore, and I keep inadvertently filling it up with more stuff. This time we're going to do a hoodie. So, for all you people who've stuck it out this long, I'll do a bit of shameless shilling before we do anything else, but I'll also show you the hoodie that you could win. No, wrong button. Little face. So if you go to shop on aquariumadventures.co.uk, swing by merch, you know, if you want to buy some fish food, swing by fish food. Got lots of quality fish foods on there. The prices will be changing soon, so get in quick before the prices change again. But swing by shop, go to merch, click on hoodie, so hoodie pullover, hoodie zipped, I guess either or. Oh, I need to change that picture, I didn't realise it was gurning quite so much in that one. So click it, you have the ability to choose different colours, and then on the breast there will be either the discus logo, this blows logo with the pufferfish, this sucks with the pleco, a queen arabesque if I remember correctly, or the old classic comfrey cock. Look at the stitching, and I have to say this, I have to vouch for the embroidery on this stuff. It is this t-shirt, my cock hoodie has been washed a bazillion times. I constantly wear them. They're comfiest things that I own, and I'm not just saying that because it's my merch. They are legitimately good. Just spelled something else. They are legitimately good, comfy clothes, and they last well. Because look at the colours in that. Still bright. Get out of the way. Still bright, vibrant. No loose stitching. None of that nonsense. Really good quality. So it's good stuff. So go in there. If you win, tell me what you want in terms of what colour you want. So you've got your colour options. I want what size you want. There's a size chart down here if you're not sure. And what logo you want. And then you email me there, graham@aquariumadventures.co.uk. So there's a zipped and there is a pullover version. Pardon me. The pullover version has a pocket that goes all the way through, which I find quite good. And we'll send you one of them. So, I think the only way to do it is if we go to back to good old Nightbot. Let's go to little face. We'll cancel that. Open to mods, regulars, general members, users. Everyone gets the same look. Do you want a hoodie? Yes, please. All one word. No, take that back. Oh, it's just totally gone out of my head. Come on, Courtney, help me out. What should we make the winning phrase be? Heiko? No, that's too disrespectful. He's like 125 years old as well. I can't believe he's still kicking about, so props to the guy. There you go, Sharpie's come up with one. Cockhood, that'll do. Kokhood. Just like that. Cockhood. Kokhood. Type that into the chat and you might win. That's all you have to do. I didn't have a clue who he is. Obviously don't spend enough time on YouTube. Well, he's not like YouTube famous. He's in all the books. He has, say nothing against them, but he has dedicated his life to fish and finding out about them. I think he just might have embellished a little bit. Is that the right thing to say? But he has written many books, and you might have noticed lots of fish are called such and such Blairii. It's because he has managed to stake his claim on the discovery of that fish. But yeah, he might be over-egging a few of his claims. But yeah, go and watch some of his videos where he sits and talks through his books. It's always, oh, this is a fish and this is where I found it, and here are the local tribes where I found loads of these naked women. Oh, okay. Why did that get into your book? Did I write the costume off as a business expense? Oh, I should have done, shouldn't I? Oh yes, I don't think we do St. Patrick's Day over here quite as much as we do in America. I always think they go way more for it. I remember even going, no, that wasn't then. Where was that? I don't think it's even as big in Ireland as it is in America. Have you seen that meme of, because they always dye their evergreen in Chicago, is it? So all the fish in St. Patrick's Day are just like, have a green filter on. What's going on? Right, we've got 25 eligible users out of 42 here. Give it a couple of minutes more. Good day, everyone from Melbourne, Australia. I think we might have a winner. We had someone from California earlier. That was what, 5,000? It's a definite win. Congratulations, Craig. You haven't won anything, but you know. Congratulations anyway. You've won the no prize competition of who's the furthest away from me right now. The Irish Prime Minister went to the USA for St. Paddy's Day. He caught COVID and missed it. Oh dear. Oh, the irony. Right, last few seconds and then we'll get ready to draw it, and we can do it with suitable aplomb and mystery and tension, because I can build it up with the old, oh, who's going to win? I forgot to actually press the button. Right, are we ready? Craig Broderick, did you not listen to the you have to be in the UK thing? Craig, you can happily have the thing if you're willing to pay the postage, which I guarantee will be a fortune. So I'll give you a minute to say whether or not you want to pay for the postage or whether you want us to redraw. But you're more than happy to have it, but it'll be like 30 quid to send it to you. Whatever that is in dollars. Do you like my new fidget toy as well? Everyone keeps thinking it's a butterfly knife, but it's a comb. I think we should all give good vibes to Callum and Courtney, who are doing the big move tomorrow. How far away are you actually moving? Right, before we get carried away, I want Craig to confirm he is willing to pay for the postage of this. There you go. Redraw, came in late. Right, are we ready? Craig, how about I send you some stickers in the keyring? That'll be a lot. It'll still probably be a bloody tenner, but yeah, I shall send you something. Still email me. I shall show you the email address in a minute, but we'll redraw the hoodie. For the hoodie, Fishman Aquatics. Fishman Aquatics, you have won a hoodie. So, you know the draw. The score. Fishman Aquatics. Why am I pressing that button? Big face. This is purely to remind me, but tell me your details. I want to know size, colour, what type you want, and Phil will send you the hoodie. Congratulations. Right, but yes, so I think Craig said something along the lines of that. I'm happy to send some stickers and maybe a key ring to international viewers. Even then, I sent a key ring to, was it Denmark? It cost me about 8 quid. I was like, what? But nevertheless, happy to do it. You did win. I've just seen, sweet. And then quickly followed by, this is Reese, don't let anyone else steal this. Congratulations, Reese, you have won a hoodie. But yeah, let's do a couple more very quick ones just for stickers and key rings and stuff like that. Are we ready? And then I'm signing off because I really need to pee. Small face. This is for a key ring and some stickers maybe. Mark Brennan. You must already have all these things, but nevertheless. Danny Boy 1587 and Heiko Blair. You've all won key rings. Let me know where to send those things. So there, even Graham Aquarium Adventures. Let me know the stuff. If you won clothing, if you won clothing, I want to know sizes, colours, logos, all that good stuff. If you want a keyring, I just want your address and a name would be useful. I feel really stupid sometimes going up to the post office saying, can I have a large letter for this? And it's a letter addressed to Foxy Tail Gravy Face or at hi me. And I'm like, yeah, I think they're people, I just don't know what their names are. So if you wouldn't mind telling me your real name so it causes me less embarrassing at the post office, that would be good. Oh yeah, Callum will have to give me his new address for his Heiko Blair one. Assuming it isn't actually Heiko Blair, but you never know. Heiko, if that's you have to pay for the postage to Germany or Colombia or whatever nation you're hiding out in. Last couple of seconds because I am going to pee my pants. What else have we got in there? This is Reese. Don't let the others steal my stuff. Yeah, I think we've got caught up. Thank you everyone for joining me. As ever, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for making this go well. So often I come onto these streams going, right, I should have really thought about what I wanted to say. But we managed to make it through most weeks. I've had fun tonight. I hope you have too. If nothing else, we'll do it again next week. What else can I say? Thank you for joining me. See you in the next one. Click all the buttons. Click like, click subscribe, click.